volunteers in the Philippines hold a Buddha Day ceremony in Ormoc City using recycled items. Tzu Chi volunteers in China celebrate Mother's Day with a performance on filial piety. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Marilee Shoda. Thank you for joining us. In the Philippines, Tzu Chi volunteers held a Buddha Day ceremony at a local gym in Ormoc City. What was special about this celebration is that all of the performers used recycled items as their props and musical instruments for the bell and drum performance.
Residents of the DaAi village set out to attend a special activity. The gym in Ormoc City has been turned into the venue for the Buddha Day ceremony. The props for the drum and bell performance are also quite special. DaAi villagers show their passion using these environmentally friendly musical instruments. Local volunteers present their formation in uniformity with joy. At this ceremony, everyone shows their respect and dignity to the Buddha, regardless of their religion.
This is a way to express my respect to the Buddha and Master Jinyan. Although I am not a Buddhist, I believe in Buddha's compassion and benevolence.
I'm very touched that they are Catholic, they are not the same religion, and they came here and really practice many times just to make sure that this Buddha Day in Ormoc will be successful.
At the day's events, a total of 700 people participate to purify their hearts as well as to pray for their life.
As mentioned previously, a Buddha Day ceremony was held in Ormoc City of the Philippines. While most of the attendees were happily celebrating this occasion, one mother was opposed to her daughter's participation in the ceremony. Let's see how Tzu Chi volunteers helped the two solve this argument.
What makes this young girl so sad? A smile eventually appeared on Faye's face after her companions comforted her. It is because her mother is opposed to her participation in the Buddha Day ceremony. Volunteers invited Faye's mother to the venue of the Buddha Day ceremony.
Tay mama, sige. Okay? Salamat, salamat. Okay. We're happy for you, huh? We're happy for you.
Faye's mother personally appreciates Faye giving the performance. What surprises many is that there is still another arrangement.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.
Faye gives a massage to her mother, spreading warmth and love to melt away her mother's worries.
When I apologized to her in person, she immediately accepted me and forgave me, no matter how impolite I was to her before.
Ma, I love you, Ma. Thank you sa pag-love na ko. Kahit may tampuhan kami.
Though my daughter and I argued before, I will still pray for her and will continue to do so.
Nandun pa rin. Yun.
Family affection is the biggest gift of the tri-celebration ceremony.
This is the first time I have done this for my mom.
I want to thank Tzu Chi for teaching our children to do good deeds.
Through their interactions at these events, all of the family members have learned to cherish one another.
In celebration of Buddha Day, Tzu Chi volunteers in Vienna, Austria, held a small-scale ceremony at the garden of a local Tzu Chi office. Tzu Chi volunteers from Germany and Italy also came to help set up the venue. All of the participants showed respect and dignity in honoring the Buddha.
To celebrate Buddha Day, Vienna Tzu Chi volunteers organized a ceremony at the garden of a local Tzu Chi office to honor the Buddha. Tzu Chi volunteers in Italy and Germany also came on site to help set up the round Buddha bathing table. They used local orchids as decorations, with the whole ritual being the same as that in Taiwan. All of the attendees participate in the event with respect and sincerity. 38 residents conduct a walking meditation while chanting the Buddha's name. Though the major religion in Europe is Catholicism, the Buddha's disciples here pray for all human beings. Everyone prays piously for 3 vows and spreads a wave of love to every corner of the world.
The Buddha Day ceremonies at the Jingsa Hall in Jakarta, Indonesia, attracted nearly 5,000 people throughout the day. Volunteers also stood together in a special formation for the ceremony. Many non-Buddhists also came to pay their respects to the Buddha as well.
The sound of bells and drums rang clear, moving the hearts of those in the Jingsa Hall in Jakarta, Indonesia. 56 Dharma masters from many temples joined the ceremony to honor the Buddha and pray for blessings across the world.
Tzu Chi, a Catholic charity, a Muslim charity, when we do works about relieve human suffering, then every organization and every work like that is recommendable.
Every religion promotes something good. Tzu Chi promotes the way of the Bodhisattva. They teach young people compassion and wisdom. Islam and Catholicism should also do so. That way Indonesia can develop in a stable direction.
Students and teachers from the Tzu Chi school and local residents were all invited to participate in the solemn ceremony. In one day, nearly 5,000 people visited the Jingsa Hall to purify their hearts and spread love in society.
To me, this is a very good activity because various religious groups can all come together to share with one another.
In addition to the ceremony honoring the Buddha, the day was also an opportunity for children to express filial piety and love to their mothers by offering tea and washing their feet.
Next, we'll visit the Buddha Day ceremonies in the United States. In Portland, Oregon, children expressed their filial piety to their parents with a tea ceremony. Meanwhile, in Northern California, Tzu Chi invited many residents to the ceremony, many of whom were experiencing a Buddhist service for the first time. Here's more.
Tzu Chi in Northern California holds their Buddha Day celebration with 2 Dharma masters presiding. Around 600 residents and volunteers have come together to honor the Buddha and pray for blessings. Some local residents offer assistance as translators for the service. For many, this is the first time participating in a Buddhist ceremony.
I want to be like the Buddha myself, to let go of impurities and be a more compassionate person, serving alongside my Buddhist brothers and sisters to help make a better world.
Volunteers at the Buddha Day ceremony in California are welcoming residents in the community to spread the great love and humanitarian spirit of Tzu Chi. Chinese residents in Portland, Oregon gather for a small Buddha Day ceremony to share love as a community on this special day. Parents and students from the Portland Tzu Chi Junior Academy also came to honor the Buddha and the Dharma. The young children also offered their parents tea to express their gratitude and filial piety. No matter their age, these children delight in the opportunity to sincerely honor their parents.
Zhongli Tzu Chi grounds held a Buddha Day ceremony where the volunteers handed out carnations made from plastic bags to mothers in attendance. Among the attendees was a young girl whose legs and arms were amputated due to complications from a cold infection. She learned to open up her heart to the world thanks to the volunteers' companionship. Seeing Wu Yi, who was in a wheelchair from afar, Tzu Chi volunteers readied their arms to warmly embrace her. Though Yi doesn't speak, she uses her body to express herself to the volunteers. Due to complications from a cold, Yi's legs and arms were amputated. During her life's most difficult moments, the volunteers were there for her. Yi's mother brings her to the Buddha Day ceremony and speaks out loud about her deepest desire.
愿望是什么？就是我女儿以后可以叫妈妈。
As the Buddha Day ceremony coincides with Mother's Day, Tzu Chi volunteers from Zhongli grounds use recycled plastic bags to make carnations, which is a blessing for the environment and also for local residents. "38 Dharma masters from Yongguang Buddhist College wanted to learn how to make the carnations after seeing them at the ceremony.
I used to make these from paper, but I saw that they use plastic bag to make this, and the plastic bag is even a used plastic bag. How to reduce carbon and protect the planet? When there is such an ideal, with a pure heart, wisdom is gained."
Making the carnations with joy, those on the receiving end will sure to feel its worth. Many of the Dharma masters then give their completed carnation to an elder Dharma master to express their gratitude. Tzu Chi volunteers in Malacca, Malaysia, mobilized to help prepare for the Buddha Day ceremony, including making vegetarian meals for close to 6,000 people. Many volunteers spent a lot of time and effort to make this possible.
Every part of the Malacca Jinsu Hall is lively with activity.
When I came here in the morning, I felt it was like festivities associated with Lunar New Year. There were many people involved, so I liked it very much.
Those who came here have affinities with the Buddha, so I'm very grateful. Besides, being able to serve them is our blessing. We're truly blessed.
To prepare vegetarian meals for close to 6,000 people, the volunteers waste no time.
I'm very grateful that they have come and we want to accommodate everyone. Now they are here, we'll make sure they enjoy the meal.
When I asked them to take a break, they didn't rest. Instead, continued working until they finished their jobs. But actually, they can't stop working because the attendees come and go, so we can't stop. I'm very grateful to them.
There is one Tzu Chi care family of 5 who stayed behind after the event is over to help clean the place.
They can do it, so can we.
We did it together. Everyone worked together.
If we can help them wash many things, they don't need to work so hard.
Everyone gives their time and energy so they can form good relationships with other people.
Staying in Malaysia, Tzu Chi care recipient Chen Mei Feng went blind from complications of a brain disease. Last year, Tzu Chi volunteers began to care for the family by providing some financial assistance. As it was difficult for her to leave the house to attend the Buddha Day ceremony, a group of volunteers brought a mobile altar to her home. Chen Mei Feng is blind and raises her son and daughter on her own. Volunteers have brought the mobile altar to her home to help her heal spiritually.
We know it's more difficult for you to head to the Jinsi Hall, so today we brought our mobile Buddha's altar here to your home.
佛祖接花香.
The volunteers also arranged for the children to wash their mother's feet. This activity moved Qin Meifeng.
仰着头的喜悦，爱是说不出的感谢。
I'm very grateful for my daughter and son's feet washing. I'm so happy. So many of the volunteers are here to help celebrate.
May is also Qin's birthday, so the volunteers also brought her a cake to celebrate the occasion.
就以往我们每个月或者是有来家访的时候，安迪都会有很多的那一种心中很多郁闷和很多的埋怨，说哎为什么我的眼睛看不到？这一次来呢是希望把更多的欢乐带给他。
The group of volunteers brought a ray of sunshine into the house, helping to chase away the cloud of darkness. To celebrate Mother's Day, Tzu Chi volunteers from across China held blessing ceremonies. Among the activities were performances to teach the audience about filial piety. The performances inspired many children to reflect and repent for their wrongdoings and express their love towards their parents. Harbin Tzu Chi volunteers lead students to perform the kneeling lamb. Through the lyrics, lessons on filial piety are learned. The students at Xinyanglu Elementary also serve tea to their parents. Seeing how the students and teachers express their love for their parents, the principal of the school also remembered her initial contact with Tzu Chi and how they inspired everyone to love Mother Earth.
Last time, Tzu Chi gave 2 of our classes lessons on recycling, and now our whole school knows how to separate recyclables. They have continued to protect the environment and even influence their families and society to join this recycling effort.
Dongguan Tzu Chi volunteers present the Sutra of Profound Gratitude towards parents. Among the onstage volunteers are Li Mingyan and her brother, as well as their mother.
Through this musical performance, I have reflected more on my own actions. I knew about filial piety for our parents, but it has always just been inside my heart and not actually putting it in action.
250 onstage volunteers interpret 8 sections of the sutra text into a musical that is easily understood by anyone. The children's performance also moved the audience.
Studying sutra text isn't that easy for children, but through this type of performance, the children can easily understand the meaning.
To celebrate Mother's Day, Quanzhou Tzu Chi volunteers hosted a ceremony to honor mothers at the Chenggong Central Elementary School. The students presented tea to their mothers and expressed their gratitude.
Mom, thank you for taking care of me.
My child, you sometimes act up, but you are mostly well-behaved. Mother loves you too.
Mother's Day at the Tzu Chi Suzhou grounds, volunteers invited residents to attend the blessing ceremony. When Jin Zhaofeng heard of the words of gratitude from her daughter, she was moved to tears, and she also expressed her own words of gratitude for her mother.
When I was young, I was very bad and often got in trouble with my mom. But through it all, I've now realized that being a mother is not so easy. I'm very grateful and thankful to my mother. It was her strict rules that I turned out so well.
Many of the residents adopted bamboo coin banks to express their gratitude. In the future, the donation will be paid back to society, counting merits towards their parents. Zhang Henjun suffered from muscular dystrophy since the age of 5, and thanks to his strong will and the 24-hour care given by his mother, he's now 30. Unfortunately, in recent years, his mother's health has been failing, and now Zhang's only wish is to be healthy enough to look after his mother.
Returning to his former junior high school, Zhang Henzhen, who suffers from muscular dystrophy, is celebrating his birthday today. He graduated from here 15 years ago, and upon returning, he remembers some of the strict teachers he once encountered.
Teachers were more strict towards others. To me, they were not so bad.
Doctors said he wouldn't live past the age of 18, but over the past 15 years, he has been determined to overcome the suffering of his body, which earned him the admiration of his teachers.
Watching his growing while his body slowly regresses is quite sad, but his spirit is always there.
At the age of 30, Hengzhen and his mother are virtually inseparable as he relies upon 24-hour care. Her duties mean that she hasn't even seen the high-speed rail. At the age of 61, she says over the past 2 years, she has experienced physical and mental fatigue and has suffered many emotional breakdowns.
Many times I thought I was going crazy and Hengjin would suffer as I was like a ticking time bomb that could go off at any minute because I was so tired.
To help, Hengzhen helps arrange 3 meals for his mother and purchases daily needs items online.
His computer, my phone, and even my underwear was all purchased by him online. He is now even taking care of me as I take care of his body.
Although he suffers from mobility issues, Hengzhen is doing his best to care for his mother, expressing his filial piety and offering support to his devoted mother.
Prior to Mother's Day, Tzu Chi volunteers, along with some active seniors from an elder care center in Dajia, Taichung, went to visit a local nursing home to share some fun-filled activities with the residents there. The nursing home residents were delighted to spend the day with the visitors.
These volunteers are visiting a nursing home in Dajia, Taichung before Mother's Day to offer seniors here a little excitement. These active seniors and Tzu Chi volunteers have an average age of 75 years old. This senior is energetic and happily joins in the sign language song and dance. The 83-year-old is delighted to be able to join the day's activities. Volunteers have said that although most of the seniors at the nursing home are not in the best health, having the opportunity to care for them and spread some love has been a wonderful experience.
We want the seniors to know how fortunate they are. We want to encourage them to stay healthy and give care to others.
These young children also share a performance to the delight of all the seniors. Together, the young and old are sharing love across generations.
At the end of the program, we highlight a few of the human formations different countries put together for their Buddha Day ceremony. Through these images, we can see the thought and effort put into these celebrations. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us. Bye.